Hey now, say now, YouTube, what they do, what they do. It's your boy King P Double in the building. Yeah, how y'all feeling out there? Drop a one in the chat if you can hear me. Loud and clear, loud and clear. Cool. Shout out to everybody pulling up. Let's get it, let's get it. What's the record looking like? We 0-2. We 0-2, chat. Let YouTube do what it do. Get some more people off up in here. Y'all ready for some football? Lightning bolts in the chat. Lightning bolts in the chat. Let's get going. There we go, there we go. Lightning bolts in the chat. There we go.
Santa Clara. This is EA Sports coverage of the National Football League. And thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson with you. Buckle up, partner. I think this is going to be an aerial show. Both of these teams giving us the hint that the ball's going to be in the air a lot in this one.
Oh, no question. I think both teams were very clear in our weekly meetings that that was going to be the plan. And what we see right now in today's modern football, Mike, is the direct correlation between explosive plays, in this case, two teams that rely on those explosives coming in the passing game, and the direct ability to score points. At the end of the day, this is who can score the most points. And if you want to score points today, it's going to become by throwing the ball deep downfield as often as you can.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Whoa, tonight's start to the drive, a gain of 10, and a quick.
These coaches during the week, Mike, they told us the emphasis this week about getting the run game going early, and we see it here. Nice first play pickup, fresh set of downs.
They'll break the huddle, coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground. A modest gain. Maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. From the gun, Josh Allen. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. The intended receiver was Justin Jefferson. And third down coming up.
Got you, got you.
From the gun, it's Allen. This one complete right side. And he will not quite get to the mark. Decision time. What are you going to do on fourth down? They'll try and throw for it with Allen. He'll let this go. Deep for Jefferson.
Damn.
And he will get into the end zone. Justin Jefferson. Touchdown, San Francisco. They find the end zone here on the opening drive, and Greg, they're able to do it in the air.
Mike, it makes you wonder, is this drive a sign of things to come? I mean, this secondary, they had their hands full there. Are we going to see it repeated throughout the rest of this game, or are they going to have some answers on defense?
The extra point by Elliott is good. And the 49ers will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here we go on the return from the 1. He's across
Dude's
the 20,
black ass
21.
Wi-Fi.
That's where the drive will begin. Nowhere. He is taken down behind the line of scrimmage on their first play of the game.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. On play action, he'll set up to throw. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
The whole idea of the play action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down. Like living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And he's going to lose yardage on this return. Tried to retreat, but is covered up. First and 10. Down the sideline, past the 45. Trying to get to that pylon, not there, but very close. They'll mark him out at the 1. So a big one there to start the drive. 56 yards. So the big play gets him down close. And now it's 1st and goal. From the shotgun, it's Allen. And he's in. Justin Jefferson. Touchdown, 49ers. His 2nd catch of the game. And both have gone for touchdowns. What an opening quarter he is having. Greg, that is 2 touchdown receptions here in the first quarter.
Mike, all this guy has to do is keep this pace up, and he's going to have himself 8 touchdowns. But in all seriousness, if I'm this quarterback, I'm not looking anywhere else until this defense proves they have an answer. Because right now, they don't have one.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This taken at the 5. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. First and 10 now from the 36.
I do got a brand new mic.
Back to throw here to begin the drop. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. So after one, the Niners have the early advantage. And we're back in the Bay Area after this.
It's very crispy.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Back to throw. Open man downfield. It's Laporta. And out of bounds he goes, just shy of midfield. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down. Thrown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. He'll drop to throw. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
They've been a little up and down in this first half. I mean, they have less than 80 yards of total offense, and halftime looms. So missed throws like that, those are missed opportunities. They've got to hit the plays when they have them if they want to have a chance to leave here with a win.
Here comes 3rd and 6. They'll look to throw.
Come on, man. That's weak-ass Wi-Fi shit, bro. Bro, you need to fix your Wi-Fi, bro.
Here's J.K. Scott now. They punt for the 2nd time, looking to pin the opponent.
My shit over here tweaking.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll go play action here with Allen. Looking for Jefferson deep downfield. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit. Here's 1st and 10.
Shit tweaked out, bro.
Here to start the drive.
Look at this shit, man.
Intercepted. And his offense offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But, boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
Off the play fake, here's Allen. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
A 9-yard loss. It's now 2nd and 19 at the 42-yard line.
On Allen. Ball down to the 20-yard line.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter. Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
Out of the gun, here's Allen. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down. Here's Allen. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up 1st and goal. Timeout 49ers. That is their second. They'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go until halftime. Halftime is looming, but a chance to build on that already sizable lead right here. 1st and goal. Good blocking, and he's in. Josh Allen. Touchdown, San Francisco. Elliott on now for the PAT. The kick is good. And the 49ers will stake themselves to a 21-0 lead. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Now an opening past the 30. And they'll be set up.
Bro, got it. Bad Wi-Fi having ass nigga. Can't play like that, bro. Just take it from the top. Game 1, let's get it. Shout out to everybody pulling up.
From the second largest city in the U.S., Los Angeles, California, we've got football as EA Sports coverage of the NFL is on the air. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
Two former division rivals in the old AFC West. The Seahawks and Chargers are underway. And boy, a rough start to this one as this kick goes out of bounds. Now a give, right side. Hester. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Opening quarter, his opening carry of the game, and I think they'll give it to him a few more times, as they should.
You're exactly right about that. With that type of a run, you want to repeat it many times until they show signs of stopping it. I think he did his visualization exercising before this one, and they're paying off.
And now they'll shift things around. Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Willis. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Paul Posluszny. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
A give to the game's all-time leader, Emmitt Smith. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
He's got exactly what you're looking for, the ability to not just diagnose a play and quickly, but to make a play as well. Nice job there tackling him for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Off play action, it's Cunningham. Flush to his right. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A play fake. Now Cunningham. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a first down for L.A. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
And we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got us a turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Smith trying to run for it. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Not a whole lot there after the penalty, but remember, it was 1st and 5, not 1st and 10, so now they can keep grinding out first downs and good things can happen for them. Just 2nd and short coming up.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They're going to run this with a tight end. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The sack there by Roquan Smith. They'll turn things over to Brandon Aubrey now for the field goal. This from 32 yards away.
Shit, bullshit, man.
And
Bullshit.
he tugged this one badly. It's
Damn.
no good. Wide left. We're scoreless after 1. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2. As they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. They run the counter. Hester. And this will be a Seahawks 1st down as he'll take this up to the 38-yard line.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are. Stay with who you know. And go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Ain't no way. That's crazy.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A really good pickup of 28 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes.
And nowhere to run for Willis. He goes down. Micah Parsons. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop it. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. The shotgun snap to Willis. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. To throw, here's Willis. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Snatched by the safety Ed Reed. And the Chargers are going to take over at their own 41.
And Brandon, how many times have we talked with these rookies out there, and then we finally hear from them that the game's slowed down and they're able to handle things? Not so far for this rookie, because right now, back-to-back drives, they picked him off. Not college football anymore. He's got to find a way to handle what these defenses throw at him.
The Charger drive about to get going. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. They'll start out on the ground with Emmett. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The Georgia man, Roquan Smith, came in and got him.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Cunningham to throw. That's caught. Puka Nacua. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Now Cunningham. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here at their own 23. If you're a lover of offense, this has not been the half for you thus far. Luckily for me, though, I'm sitting next to a lover of defense, and we have had plenty of that, including that interception.
Yeah, and I mean, that still makes it a great game, doesn't it? Everybody talks about if the ball's not in the end zone and points going up on the board, it's not as much fun. I love these defensive battles. Something's got to give with these turnovers. Who can convert them into points?
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission. He's going to go up top again. And that's going to be incomplete.
And they've been kept off the scoreboard in this first half, but here toward the end, they're trying to change that in one fell swoop, but that winds up incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Back to throw, Willis. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes, and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops.
Willis throws another interception.
Let's go.
The game. Picked off by the Hall of Famer Ken Houston. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Well, at least it wasn't a turnover like the last drive. You'd think they'd make an adjustment and be ready to make up for that turnover. Instead, just another big play for the defense on that snap.
Dancing to his left. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. So plenty of action on the field, but no action right now on the scoreboard, at least as of yet. 0-0 is our score. As we send you cross-country to Orlando.
Come on, man, with your badass
Coachman
rifle, man.
there and has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. After a rare scoreless first half, these teams now just looking for something as the second half gets underway. Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, And I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
Cunningham looking to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. Now the return
Golly.
at the 35-yard line. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
Now Willis. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. And the Chargers are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
Oh, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity.
And his
What
going to be
is
incomplete.
you doing?
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. Here's Cunningham from the gun. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Now they'll bring 4 receivers into the fold here. It's 3rd and long. And that's knocked away and incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, here's Willis. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We're seeing these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Willis looks to pass it here. Eluding the pressure right. And now here's another interception. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Partner, have you ever heard the story of Icarus in mythology? That's the guy who flew too close to the sun and had his wings melted. That was our guy right there. Keeps pressing it and pressing it. Finally, on that throw, he paid the price with that turnover.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Trying to get the run game going. Here's Smith. Down the sideline he goes. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Emmitt Smith, 38 yards. the Chargers take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
But when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass.
And my goodness, another interception.
Let's go.
Picked up by 9-time Pro Bowler Ed Reed. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. The rookie was trying to push him downfield, but the safety bit him.
And this is when he quits, chat. Let's go. That was a good little defensive game.
This is the NFL on EA Sports. We're 10 miles south of downtown LA as you get a look inside SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood. Good to have you with us. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson with you. You know, partner, fantasy football doesn't take into account the guys close to the football, the guys at the line of scrimmage. This is one where our eyes are going to be focused on that battle in the trenches all game long.
Mike, it doesn't matter if it's Pee-wee football, middle school football, or NFL football. You can only do offensively what your offensive line allows you to do. And I think that's exactly the case for both of these teams here today. They are going to win or lose based on the ability of gaining an advantage in the offense and defensive line. So I think we're going to see downhill run game. I think we're going to see play action pass. And the team that's able to impose their will up front along the trenches, I think that's going to be the team that finds himself at the end of this one coming out with the win.
Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Back to the drawing board for this run game, Mike. The offensive coordinator and his staff, they have to do a better job giving plays, giving opportunities to their offense to find success on the ground. Because right now, they have no answers for this defense.
Try again. It's 2nd and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
We spent so much time talking about quarterbacks and the special plays that they can make. And, of course, that's a big part of playing quarterback in the NFL. But also, can you avoid the bad plays? Do you know when the fight is over and live to play another down? Don't take that sack. Throw the ball away, get back out there on 3rd down, and give yourself a chance.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. Here's White to throw. That one's complete. It's Jake Bigsby.
Great example of 1st down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Second down, zone read, and he keeps it. And nothing cooking on that one. He'll be met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
The decision whether to keep the ball or to hand it to the back happens so fast. In this case, the quarterback thinks it was a keep read. The defense was there ready to stop him. Tackle for loss.
Now White. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by their rookie corner.
Well, we're getting a little test here early, Mike, to see just how easy is this team to rattle. Didn't look like they were able to get through that opening script that they had worked on all week. So I'm going to be curious on this next drive. Do they stick to the plan? Do they pick up where they left off? Or is there a little bit of a reaction, or dare I say panic, to come out and make some adjustments in response to that early interception?
Back to throw here to begin the drive. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
That is hauled in at the 5. And he's going to be taken down.
Sudden change. So you find yourself defensively a little bit on your heels. Your offense just turned the ball over. Now you've got to go out and make a... So far, this offense has moved the ball pretty quickly, but can they dig in and at least force a field goal?
Putting one of their tight ends in motion left. They'll try to run this one in. And this one's blown up. It's back at the 5-yard line now.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
So we've come to the end of a fairly evenly played opening quarter. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. And we're back at SoFi in SoCal after this. Another one from the 5, 2nd down and goal. Back to throw. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Good job so far by the defense protecting the short field. Now it's 3rd and goal. And that is incomplete.
This shit is
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
On for the field goal now. It's Brandon Aubrey. This about as short as you can get. Aubrey's kick is good. And the Chargers will take a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these.
No, these niggas Wi-Fi ain't locked in.
And settle for 3. That can be very deflating for an offense, settling for too many field goals.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Drive will start on the ground. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Micah Parsons on the tackle. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. First carry for the Auburn alum, Tank Bigsby. And he'll take this back to the 43-yard line. The all-pro Micah Parsons there for the stop. They're trying to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Throwing is White. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a second. Two minutes remain in a 3-0 first half. Greg and I return to SoFi Stadium after a short break. The punter remains on the sideline. They're going to line up and go for it on 4th down. Now a shot here, deep middle. And that is not going to work. Incomplete. And they turn it over on downs.
You know, I think there's certain times, Mike, throughout the game.
We are just about 10 miles south of downtown. You get a look inside NRG Stadium in Houston, the home of the Texans. So good to have you here with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson getting set for kickoff here. Greg, no matter how many ways...
All right, we finally playing on the road.
It always comes down to one stat, doesn't it? How you taking care of the ball.
Yeah, it's just so crazy, Mike, that every single week, no matter how complex these matchups get and how many factors there are to determining who wins and who loses any game in the NFL, at the top of the list, the most important metric that everybody studies, can you protect the ball on offense and can you take it away on defense? And I don't think today's matchup is any different. Can you be aggressive and take care of the ball? And on defense, if you get your opportunity to take it away and give it back to your offense, you've got to make the play.
First play, and May goes to the air. That's caught left side by Ingram.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Operating from the shotgun, it's May.
How is he over there by himself, though? That's crazy.
And he will go all the way. Sam Laporta. Touchdown, Texans. Well, fireworks right out of the gate here, Greg. It only takes 2 plays to put 6 on the board, and they do it with a big touchdown.
Mike, each week when we talk to teams, they emphasize how important it is to get off to a fast start. Well, this team, they took it to a new level. 2nd play of the game, big touchdown, they strike first.
And he's in for the 2. So just like that, a quick 8-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. This play's going nowhere. Taken down behind the line. A great way for this defense to get on the field and get started.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, my man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
They just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
That's over the middle and intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Well, that's the fast start they talked about all week, Mike. You come out, you take the immediate lead with your opening drive. Your defense goes out there, they force a turnover early. All these plays allow you to just keep stacking momentum early in this ball game.
Bad throw.
This game is far from over, but anytime you get out to a start like this, it is a lot harder for your opponent to battle back.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Throwing now is May. He's got a man downfield. It's Shakir. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They got it inside the 15. Here's May to throw it on 1st down. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down. May to throw on 2nd down. He'll go right and find his running back. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down. In motion, Shakir. The Texans going to go ahead and use their first timeout here. Third and long. Working out of the gun. It's May. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
So instead of celebrating a touchdown, he's just heading back to his huddle trying to keep his head up as everyone kind of looks at him sideways. If that ball hits your hands at this level, you've just got to make the catch. That's what your quarterback's counting on. That's what your teammates are counting on. Frankly, that's what this entire stadium's counting on. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's a touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
So the defense comes out in a cover 2 shell. What that means, Mike, is the 2 safeties are going to split the field in half. One guy has one half, and the other guy has the other. There are abilities to get down the middle of the field, especially if you have speed. But really where you can attack it is they don't have enough guys to defend all of the underneath zones. And if you run the right concepts with the right quarterback, you can pick them apart.
Play clock nearly expires as they set up to throw. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw when the pass is incomplete.
There was no hesitation from with that ball, but it still leads to an incompletion. They're just still not quite on the same page.
2 incompletions to start the drive, and it leads to 3rd down and 10. drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force fourth down. We are through one. It's the Texans who have the early lead. More from Houston coming up in a moment. On fourth down, out is J.K. Scott to punt for the Chargers. As the drive went in the wrong direction, he's on to punt it away. DeJean to return it, and he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's May. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
He'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Now, May. To the right side, he's got Ingram, the tight end. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. May now on 1st and 10. That's caught once again by Ingram. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
That is intercepted. Picked off by the rookie out of Georgia. And the Chargers will take over here just past the 30.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. To the air now on 1st and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
As this offense continues to put anything together and score some points, they need to just take a step back. Then you say, okay, we've struggled here in the first half putting points on the scoreboard. Don't worry about chasing points. Let's chase first downs. Let's chase completions.
And he will score. Puka Nacua. Touchdown, L.A. Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Chargers will cut the deficit down to 4. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Oh, what an unforced error at an untimely moment. Just tied the game, but then the kickoff out of bounds, and the ball comes out to the 40-yard line. To throw on first down is May. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
In motion, Shakir. Throwing on 1st and 10 is May. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
You just don't see a lot of running backs given the chance to make those sort of plays, especially against double coverage. But he continues to come up big for his quarterback. He's going to continue to give him every shot in the world.
On 1st and 10, here's May. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
May to the air once more. Fine work defensively. That's going to be knocked away and go down as an incompletion. Rome Odunze, the one he was looking for. 3rd down coming up.
It's his ability to change direction. He's able to go from his back pedal to then driving that route fast enough that he gets to the ball immediately as it arrives, and he's able to knock it down.
So after back-to-back incompletions, it is now 3rd and 10. May to throw again. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
The field goal unit on the sideline. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. They're going. It's May. And that is incomplete. The defense very happy to see that play call. The decision to go for a 4th and long will end up in a turnover on down.
You know, more often than not in the NFL, games are won based on who wins critical downs. Well, that 4th down attempt right there was exactly that, and this defense came up huge for a big-time 4th down stop.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. And this will not be a spike. He faked it. And this is going to blow up on them so much for a fake. It's a sack. Here's a timeout, Houston. That's their 2nd. But we'll stop with 18 seconds to go in the 1st half. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Not wanting to risk another sack, they're going to play it safe with a run. Texans going to use the last of their timeouts here, and it'll come with 15 seconds to play in this first half. Here's the punter now, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. It's a very short kick. Fair catch is taken, and they're going to have unbelievable starting field position. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Over the middle, taken in by Laporta. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. So we have reached halftime, and it's a 4-point game. As we'll send you over to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman standing by. He's got the EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
Little backyard football here by the quarterback. It looked like he was running around the playground in his early days. The disruption of the timing early was the key, and from that point on, him and his receiver just unable to get on the same page.
Back to the air again on set. The pressure too much, and he goes down. Michael Parsons, too tough to stop, gets in to bring him down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Throwing now on 3rd and long, and that is incomplete.
And barring an aggressive decision here on 4th down, it just seemed like a really wasted possession to go 3 and out, not able to pick up a single 1st down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage, it really takes a lot of the wind out of your sails as you find yourself jogging off the field and the punt team coming up.
And the Chargers will punt, getting set to kick it away. As this drive went backwards, he's on to kick it away. Oh, how about that hit? Wow. He took a pretty good lick at the end of that one. Here's 1st and 10. Play clock Down to 0. That is not the way to start a drive. To throw is May. Checking it down, this one is caught.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection, and maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least
No, Nate, I didn't.
out of the backfield in the passing game. Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
The tight end, Ingram, is on the move. And that's good run support on the edge. Nice tackle out wide. That'll hold them to a gain of 2. Second down and 8. Here's May. On target to Laporta. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have good passing,
Let's see.
you better have a good tight end.
May gonna look to throw. That one incomplete. The tight end Sam Laporta, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up second down.
I can sit up here all day, Mike, and we can talk about the missed throw, but I think a lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass,
Shout out to everybody pulling up.
Touchdown along the way.
On second down, it's May. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Doesn't get much better than that. Had he gotten there just a little bit earlier, he probably draws the flag a little late, and it's probably a touchdown.
So, after 2 straight incompletions, here's 3rd and 10. To throw again is May. He's got Laporta open on the left side. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
He pulls it in around the 5. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. So we'll take it to the other end as we are through 3. This is Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Here's May again. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Great May. Touchdown, Houston. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Now they'll set up to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. And he is going to score. If you're a Freeway fan, we're just east of the 405, one of the modern jewels of the NFL. Beautiful SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. So good to have you with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. We are about set for kickoff. Greg, talking to the coaches all week. We're so curious to see what's going to play out here at the start of this one.
And ideally, I think each of these teams is thinking, okay, we think this is how the game's going to unfold. This is our plan. This is how we're going to go attack. And if that's the case, great. But very rarely does that happen, Mike. So it's really the team that makes the best adjustments in real time, in between possessions, in between snaps. The team that adjusts the fastest and the most efficiently, they're the ones that come the end of the game. They tend to have the advantage.
Up the middle they go. Room to run right away. 16 yards on the game, and a quick first down.
Well, we knew coming into this one, Mike, that we were going to see a lot of this guy, and we knew we'd see a lot of him early. And if that first play is any indication of the rest of this game, this defense is going to have their hands full containing him.
Back to throw. Oh, intercepted on the second play of the game. Picked off by their rookie corner.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike, they've got to identify what went wrong, let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He'll take a shot down the middle of the field.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast. And tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. Even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
Opening carry of the game for the versatile Christian McCaffrey. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
You can tell the entire time that running back is just looking for his crease to get vertical and cut back. But the defense does a great job. Inside-out pursuit, strings this ball out towards the sideline. Nowhere to go, and they make a big stop for no gain.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game? They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on third down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and they have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on fourth down. They will indeed go as they look to throw. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And he's going to have the 49ers first down. They'll have it by a lot. It turns out to be a big gainer on fourth down.
Every staff in the league that understands if we have to play a rookie quarterback, regardless of their talent, regardless of how high they were drafted, the ideal situation is to fill that huddle with as many veteran players as possible. The quarterback's going to be young. He's going to make some mistakes. The more veteran, talented guys around him, the easier it is to weather those.
And Marlon Humphrey is there, and he picks it off. And the Chargers are going to have it just past their 25.
The biggest hope anytime you're starting a young quarterback is that every negative play is the learning lesson that prevents it from happening again. Coaches don't mind the misread. They don't mind the ball that gets away from you. They just don't want to see you do it time and time and time again. So the hope here is, can he learn from that last throw? Put it in his memory bank and prevent it from happening again, because over time, if you turn the ball over in this league and you do it often, you're not going to play.
Oh, the struggles continue. Another interception. And he's going to give his offense a short field to work with as they look for their first points of the game.
Mike, there's usually such a comfort level when the guy playing quarterback behind center is a veteran. They've seen a lot of ball. You can trust them to make good decisions. And then every once in a while, one just gets away, and that's just simply a bad ball, a bad mistake. I mean, you're not going to get away with it at this level.
And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
So they made it a priority here early to try to get him the ball in the first quarter. But that was their third attempt. None of them have resulted in a catch. If you got to start looking elsewhere, you don't want to get into a position, Mike, where you feel like you're forcing the guy the ball and forcing your offense to run through him.
And try as he might, he will not get back to that line of scrimmage. They will force him out for a loss.
Mike, these are the plays that on the stat sheet, the offensive lineman, look at the quarterback a little sideways. He has a chance to just throw that ball out of bounds, but instead, he takes it out of bounds himself, and that goes on the stat sheet as a sack.
A tough spot here. Third and long. Pistol snap to Willis. And that is incomplete.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend. So give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
To throw is Willis. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Chargers are going to get this back at their own 34-yard line.
This is one of those situations, Mike, where a rookie quarterback can kind of be baited into thinking something's open when it's really not. And these are the things that all coaches are just continuing to work through. Anytime you have a young signal caller, they haven't seen the reps. They don't have the experience. In this case, the defense plays this one to perfection, and it results in the big takeaway.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. And he finds a little bit of space. They'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. Now, faking the give. Now, for the 3rd time in the first quarter, he's been intercepted. Picked off. It's DeMar Hamlin.
And this is going to go down as a pick, but it really was the pressure defensively that caused the interception. I mean, he was a little sloppy with his fundamentals, but I think it's as a result of the guy in his face led to that ball kind of sailing, inaccurate throw, and that's just really good team defense.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They motion the slot man left. Throwing, Willis. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
To play corner in this league, Mike, you have to have great reactions and instincts. In this case, he trusts those instincts from the jump, and he's able to send the offense going backwards as a result.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete.
Let's give credit to that pass rush for making their presence felt, and although it didn't result in a sack, it's the disruption of the timing that's just enough to force that incompletion.
3rd and long. To throw, here's Willis. And that is incomplete.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes. So give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
The punter remains on the sideline. They're going to line up and go for it on 4th down. He'll let this go deep for the end zone. That's incomplete. Daring call on 4th down. Does not work out. turnover on down.
So the message this coach is sending to his huddle is very clear. It's, hey guys, I got all the confidence in the world. We're going to be aggressive all day. We're not afraid to fail. We are going to try to score on every possession. And as a player, you can't help but love it.
He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he is taken down. A big gain on that one. Great way for them to end this opening quarter. So that'll do it for a fast-moving. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. That is hauled in at the 5. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown Chargers.
Mike, this is a great example of a wide receiver who just truly understands the concept of spacing. When you're open, stay open.
Call it Motown, call it the Motor City. To Lions fans, this is home. Ford Field in downtown Detroit. So good to have you with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen, we're getting set for kickoff in here. Partner, I'm really focused on the start of this game. Both teams emphasize what happens here right at the jump.
And that's why that so many of these teams spend so much time all week, Mike, on what they call their opening script. It's not just a series of plays that they like and they just kind of throw darts at the wall. It's how do you unmask the defense? How do you set up future plays and future possessions as the game unfolds? So much time and energy is spent on these first couple drives. I'm with you. I'm excited to see how do they come out, how aggressive, and where do they think the weaknesses of their opponent lie.
Out of the gun, they'll throw to get things going. This one is caught by Jawan Johnson. He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. Second and a yard. In motion comes Beckham. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. That's caught by Dillon. It'll be out of bounds. It's a gain of 4, and that gains them another first down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. You think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often. So that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
They'll look to throw again. That's over the middle and intercepted. And he's going to give his offense a short field to work with as they look for their first points of the game.
Well, that's certainly not what we were expecting to see, especially from a quarterback of this caliber. Opening drive, turnover. And let's hope for their sake, Mike, this is not a sign of things to come the rest of the day.
Here's a first carry for their running back. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
They'll try again. It's second and 10. They'll look to throw. And he's going to wind up going out of bounds. That's a big mistake. He needed to just fling that to the sideline. Instead, it'll be a huge loss.
I understand what he's trying to do, Mike. He's thinking, can I extend this play? Can I get out of the pocket and buy some time for my receivers? But on these early downs, that's a ball that just needs to be thrown away.
And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a second. Now the Chargers will use the first of their timeouts. On fourth down, here comes J.K. Scott to punt. As this drive quickly stalled out, so he's on to punch it away. And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. From the 25, they'll go to work. First and 10. A handoff here to start the drive, but this will end up being a reverse. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. They could not hook up on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Here now, 3rd and 5. He'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
No movement from the punt team. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. They do indeed snap it as they'll try and throw. And he'll give himself up after picking up the 1st down.
Years ago, people would have thought you were crazy to go for 4th down on your side of the field. But that's not the case anymore. We're seeing it more and more often play out across the league. In this case, not a bad job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball, but he's able to find some space with his legs, and he's able to pick up the conversion.
He'll go right and find his running back. They get 10 yards on the hook up there. 1st down, Seattle.
If you want to play running back in today's modern NFL, Mike, you have to be able to be a viable weapon in the passing game. It's all about touches. It's not just about handoffs anymore. It's how many different ways can we get the ball in your hands.
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. He'll drop to throw. Oh, he did all he could to get away, but they're going to catch up to him. It is a big loss. 2 minutes to play. Still searching for our first points of the half. Greg and I back from Ford Field in Detroit in a moment. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. And that is incomplete.
The pass protection's been a little bit shaky at times, and that was the case there. And even though they're not going to go down for allowing a sack, it was allowing the pressure that ultimately prevented that pass from being completed.
Let's see what they do here. This is 4th and long. This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on down.
You know, Mike, there's a lot of coaches out there who believe that an aggressive style of offense is your best chance of winning. Now, this takes it a little bit to the extreme, but I think this is something that we're going to continue to see as this game unfolds.
First and 10 now from the 36. Wow, indecision right away. Delay of game to start this drive. not spiking it. It's a fake.
Some shades of Dan Marino in that vintage play of the fake spike touchdown, but in this case, was it nearly as deceptive and was it nearly as productive?
What can they do here? This is 3rd and forever. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on 3rd down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on 4th down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This throw left side, taken in by Johnson. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an easy completion to kickstart a 2-minute mode, and that's what they got here. Now they got to see if they can go down and steal some points.
Open man, downfield, Chase has it. A gain there of 27 yards.
You find yourself in these 2-minute drills, Mike. They're pretty critical moments in the game. They go a long way to deciding the outcome, so it makes a lot of sense. You start looking for your top target, and he comes through for him there.
Running here is Dillon. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. He's going to lose a yard.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. Seahawks was in there and did keep the ball with Seattle.
Sometimes these games in the NFL, Mike, they get decided by simply how the ball bounces. I mean, how often do we see a quarterback in the pocket get strip sacked, and that ball ends up going the other direction? Fortunately for them, they can regroup, get back in the huddle, and live another day. Ball falls into the hands of his own.
That'll be intercepted. Picked off. It's DeMar Hamlin. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick 6 for touchdown. We saw it earlier. The defense on the quarterback with the earlier interception. And now, Greg, not only do they pick him, they turn it into a pick 6.
And, Mike, the reality is this has just been a bad first half throwing the football. I mean, not only is it a second interception, but this time the defense gets their hands on the ball, and they're able to take it all the way back for the pick 6.
And he missed it. It is no good. And this is going to remain a 6-point margin. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. He'll start at the 4. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. First and 10. He's going to let it fly downfield for Beckham. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
I think all of us up here in the booth were curious, how is this quarterback going to bounce back following the pick six? And, a lot of guys come back and they're very conservative and they just want to dink and dunk because they're scared to throw another pick. Well, we found out pretty quickly. Not this guy. He's going to continue to attack the ball downfield, and he's looking to make big plays any chance.
And for the third time in this first half, he's been intercepted. Picked off by the former Wolverine, the rookie from Michigan. Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half. Coming up. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line.
So if we're taking a big shot to start this half, I'm thinking touchdown. But rather, we go interception to begin the second half. Now, still an exciting play. I think we're going to see both sides willing to continue to take these risks, take these chances throughout the rest of this second half.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. This one into the hands of Beckham. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Back to throw. The middle of the field, that's taken in by Chase. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. And sometimes he's highly...
And he'll be taken down. They've got him back at the 50-yard line.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the third sack of the game. This defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Unloads downfield, looking for Nakua. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. 3rd down stop sets up 4th down.
Pretty unforgettable performance so far in the first half, Mike, and they're going to try to figure this out here in the second half and try to gain some momentum, figure out what's going to work, where are our matchups, and let's go try to put a drive together and get some points, because so far this has been a struggle, and they just cannot get anything going through the air. So
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Southern California and the gorgeous SoFi Stadium in the Los Angeles suburb of Inglewood. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson up here in the booth. Greg, we've looked at this matchup, talked about the offenses, the defenses. Feels like a tight one, and usually what does that mean? Special teams could be a big factor in who gets out of here with the W.
Each week when we come into these games, Mike, we probably do a disservice to just the importance of how much special teams plays a factor in deciding the outcome of these games. And you're exactly right. When teams find themselves very similar on offense, very similar on defense, all the metrics, all the stats, can you find an advantage, even the slightest one, in the kicking game, the return game, generate a turnover or a big kick return? Sometimes that little slight advantage is all you need to tip the scales in your favor.
Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. And a good start on the ground. He gets 8 on the game's opener. Here's 2nd and 2. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Going up top. Oh, intercepted on the 2nd play of the game. And the Niners will take over here just past the 30.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
Open man, that's Adams. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that any time the team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. You just saw a great example of it here.
A pass taken in by Johnson. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain.
That's a great example of just the range that this linebacker has to be able to not only react quick enough to realize that running back was a threat to the flat, but to be able to have the speed to get there and bring him down for no gain. There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. That's taken in. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down. They will indeed go as they look to throw. And he's not going to get away. They get him down right after the catch. Great rally to the ball to force a turnover on downs.
You know, Mike, I'm all for being aggressive. There are definitely times where you have to go for it on your side of the field. I'm just not sure if at this point in the game, this was one of them.
Now, faking the give. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off. It's DeMar Hamlin. And he's going to give his offense a short field to work with as they look for their first points of the game.
Mike, these are just throws you're not accustomed to seeing, especially from a quarterback that has played this much football. He's been around the NFL for a long time. He's got to make better decisions. Costly mistakes like that are going to kill his team.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
And he'll be taken down.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay. This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
Throwing here on 3rd and goal. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Out comes Jake Bates to try a field goal here. This about as short as you can get. Bates' kick is good. And the Niners are out to an early 3-0 lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. Here's Smith to return it. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. He gets this into the hands of Green. So just a lone field goal in the first quarter of play. The Niners have the early advantage. We're back in Southern California in a moment. Come on, set. On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. And this will not be a spike. He faked it. And this is going to blow up on them. So much for a fake. It's a sack.
This is a great reminder of why it's so important to have great offensive tackles. When you get beat so fast off the edge, the quarterback has nowhere to go in the pocket to escape, and that's what happens.
He's going to let this one go deep. And that is incomplete.
And after that last incompletion, it's really the story of the game. This offense has had a really hard time sustaining drives that can lead to points. You can sense the frustration, not only on the sideline, but really in the entire stadium. They've got to get something going, especially early in these drives, so they can find themselves in scoring position and come away with some points.
And he looks up, he's taken down right away. Maybe fortunate just to hold on to the ball as he was tackled immediately after hauling that one in. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Catch made there by Waddle. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. From out of the gun, he'll throw. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by their rookie corner. And he is just going to waltz his way in. A pick 6. A touchdown for the defense. The pick 6 for the score. Greg, that is the one thing this offense did not want to see, and it really is demoralizing to see that happen in that spot.
Absolutely, Mike, and that's one of those cases where you just would like to see the quarterback say, all right, I'm going to live to play another day. Don't force that throw. Don't try to make a play that's not there, because not only do you turn the ball over, you give them an easy 6.
And on the other side, the defense, what a moment. Uplifting for them. Big momentum build.
Yeah, and that's the way games are shaped in this league, Mike. I mean, you find yourself able to capitalize on a mistake by an offense. You get yourself an easy touchdown. All of a sudden, your sideline finds themselves completely rejuvenated.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. He'll look to throw. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete. 3rd and 5. They put Adams in motion. He's got his man complete to Johnson. The Niners will use the first of their timeouts, and they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down. A big one there on 3rd down, good for 26 yards. They'll look to throw again. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Back to the air one more time. And he might have waited just a bit too long there as he throws it incomplete. Looking to set up the screen, but the defense wouldn't give him the time.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be...
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off. It's DeMar Hamlin. off the play fake. He'll look to throw. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
It's a 10-yard loss. Brings up second and 20 at the 16-yard line.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. He'll drop to throw. And for the third time in this first half, he's been intercepted. And he's going to be out of bounds, but quite a turn of events here. He has set up the offense with first and goal.
Well, what this guy might lose a little bit, Mike, as he gets long in the tooth, he certainly makes up for it in experience. You're not going to be able to do a lot of things to trick him on the back end. He reads this play right from the jump, makes a great break on the ball, and if that ball hits his hands more times than not, it's going to be a takeaway.
Trying to find a crease in there. It's a big pile of bodies, but he is going to come up short. Here now, second down and goal. Now, this looks like a design run. And he will do it himself. He's in. Touchdown, 49ers. That is a dream scenario. The offense handed the ball first and goal. And, Greg, they take it to the end zone for 6.
They're not going to have many easier drives than that, Mike. I mean, to get the ball not only in a short field, but in a goal-to-go situation, you don't get a lot of those chances. You have to cash them in, and that's exactly what they were able to do.
Halftime coming close, and not much time left as this one is kicked away. Here's Smith to return it. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. They'll come up here, first and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up second and 3.
So we're at halftime with just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you back east to sunny Florida. Standing by with our EA Sports Halftime Report, it's the coach, Jonathan Coachman. Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half. About to get started. Three points, all that separates these two sides, as half number 2 kicks off. This one taken at the 7. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll complete it to Adams. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They try to set up the screen, but this one doomed from the start. They take a look.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with the lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback. And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
That one caught by Adams. And he's going to have the first down. So taking a chance there, playing with the lead, but it works out for them.
Well, you can see the entire sideline and, frankly, the entire fan base kind of holding their breath. That decision on your own side of midfield to go for it on fourth down, had they not gotten it, it's a tough position to put your defense in, but that's a conversation for another day. The offense is going to stay on the field after the conversion, and now they got to see, can they take advantage of that aggressive play call and finish this drive with points?
They'll look to throw yet again. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Just seems like another case of predetermining where the quarterback is going to go with the ball. He had a lot of good route options on that last concept. I think if he just remains a little bit more patient, read the play out, let it unfold, will lead to some easier and better completions.
And he will go all the way. Touchdown, San Francisco. He had the touchdown run earlier. Now add a TD reception. Bates now for the extra point. It's up and through. And the 49ers will get out in front 17-7. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Here's Smith to return it. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They'll turn and hand this one off. And this rough day on the ground continues. They're going to drop him behind the line again.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe.
And for the fourth time today, he has been intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
I think anytime you find yourself trailing in the second half, Mike, all offensive play callers fight the urge to chase those points. They tend to get a little bit overeager. They tend to push the envelope sometimes a little too far. Those turnovers, they only make the deficit grow, not shrink. Now, there's a lot of football left, Mike. They can still get back into this. They just have to be a little bit smarter about which risks you're willing to take.
To the left side, and Adams has it. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's second and inches. They put Adams in motion. And the Niners are going to have a first and goal. He's out of bounds at the 8-yard line. It's a gain of 10, and they'll get a fresh set of downs. They've got it at the 8, first down and goal. They send him right out of the slot. To the 5-yard line. Now here's second and goal. Hard running, close to to the goal line, but they're going to mark him just short. So these two teams take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We've come to the end of the third quarter. This is Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Good job so far by the defense protecting the short field. Now it's third. And he's able to get the ball across the goal line. He's in. Touchdown, 49ers. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Bates, good, with the extra point. And the 49ers up their lead. It's now 24-7. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Here's Smith to return it. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drop. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
A big loss on the play brings up 2nd down.
Ready? Here we go, here we go.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
A loss of 10 yards on the play. It's now 3rd down.
It was once just an idea until breaking ground in November of 2016, and now here it is in all its glory. Spectacular SoFi Stadium here in metropolitan Los Angeles. Happy to be on hand. I'm Brandon Gunn with Charles Davis. And before we kick, partner, your keys to the game, please.
Well, my keys are on the defensive side of the ball for both teams. And the big one, making sure you avoid giving up the big play. These safeties are going to get tested all game long. Their job, keep the ball in front of them, tackle people, make them run extra plays in order to try and score.
Well, the kicker, Brandon Aubrey, is out to get this one started. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Love looking to pass on the first play. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We'll have to see what kind of looks this defense is going to throw at him as this game moves along, but they're in a zone to start. I do think we'll see plenty of man coverage as we move along, but the first throw of this one, incomplete.
Second and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And this one is incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Crowd getting in it a bit already. Here's an early 3rd and 10. They just do get the play off. Love going to throw it. He's got his man. That's the rookie from Florida State. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd. Love, they go play action now. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Packers. Julio Jones, 46 yards. And the Packers are on the board first here this afternoon. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Out of the gun here, it's Cunningham. That's caught. It's Sam Laporta. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
A play fake. Now Cunningham. He'll buy some time, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
At the 40-yard line.
And this play still live. He faked the spike, going to throw it. And that is going to wind up incomplete. So they try to hit him with something you don't see too often, but it doesn't work out.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Cunningham to throw. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field.
And now what's this? They fake the spike. He'll throw it.
A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And that will force a turnover on downs. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room?
Yeah.
Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe some explanations.
And it goes for a gain of 31.
Jacobs is in. Touchdown, Packers. So remember now, this was all set up by the stop defensively on 4th down. That's what got them this great field position. And then 2 plays later, they're already in the end zone.
Yeah, partner, funny how it works like that, huh? That's a momentum swing amusement park style. Your defense comes off the field, bouncing, grooving, they're fired up, and it carries over to the other side of the ball.
The Packer offense and Jordan Love staying out there, so they're going to try to go for 2. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Aubrey now for the PAT.
And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
14, Chargers nothing.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Oh, and a nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it. The Charger drive about to get going. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Off play action, it's Cunningham. Packer pressure, and down he goes.
A 9-yard loss. It's now 2nd and 19.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
The end of the first quarter with the score Packers 14.
Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation.
Ready. Ready.
Now Cunningham. Rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Cunningham looking to throw. That one out wide and intercepted. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
Here we go. Set.
Following the interception, Love. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to hold that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Here's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, Love. Looking downfield for Jones. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go over the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
The
A chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. On play action. Love to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And he's going to miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good, and this will remain a 2-touchdown game. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us